Alex Carter gazed out the wide window of his small room at the Intergalactic Space Academy. He could see other cadets, some human, many not walking along the silver walkways below. Ships from 100 worlds came and went, their lights blinking in the darkness. But Alex's mind was far away. He missed his best friend, Jamie, back on Earth. They had grown up together, running along the river, dreaming about space. When Alex was chosen as Earth's first cadet for the Academy, Jamie had hugged him tight, even as tears ran down her face. Now, Alex was light years away from home. He tried to focus on the Academy, but every night he felt the emptiness beside him. The other cadets talked and laughed in languages he barely understood. Some looked at him with curiosity. Others ignored him completely. Alex wanted to fit in. He wanted to make friends. But everything here was so different. Even the air smelled strange. His only comfort was the tiny hollow picture of Jamie he kept on his desk. In it, Jamie was smiling, her hair messy from the wind. Alex would stare at it for hours, wishing she was here. One morning, the Academy's director called an assembly. The hall buzzed with excitement. "Cadets," the director announced, "today marks a new chapter. For the first time, a human will be paired with a Cathari commander as part of our mentorship program." Alex's heart skipped a beat. When the director called his name, he stood, nervous but proud. The crowd parted as Commander Thalrax approached, a tall, crystal-skinned Cathari with sharp eyes. No one clapped. They just stared, waiting to see what would happen. Commander Thalrax nodded at Alex. "You will report to me at dawn," he said, voice cold but clear. Alex swallowed his fear. "Yes, Commander." After the ceremony, Alex walked back to his room. He felt even more alone now. He had wanted to make friends, but now he was paired with an alien who seemed as distant as the stars. He wondered if Jamie would know what to say. She always knew how to help him feel better. He thought about calling her, but the Academy's rules only allowed one message home each week. He didn't want to sound weak or scared. He wanted Jamie to be proud of him. But deep inside, the loneliness grew. The next morning, Alex met Commander Thalrax in the training hall. The exercises were tough, made for Cathari, not for humans. Alex ran, lifted, and climbed until his muscles shook. Thalrax never smiled, never gave praise. Other cadets watched, some whispering in their own languages. That night, Alex sat on his bed, staring at Jamie's picture. He wanted to call out to her, to tell her everything, but he didn't know how. He felt so far away, not just in space, but in his heart. He remembered how, back on Earth, when things got hard, Jamie would always say, "Come on, Alex, humans don't give up. We figure it out." It was silly, but it always made him laugh. Now he whispered the words to himself. "Humans don't give up. We figure it out." The next day, Thalrax handed Alex a heavy training pack. "You must adapt, Thalrax." Sighed. "Cathari cadets do this every day." Alex tried. He really did, but halfway through, he tripped and fell. The other cadets laughed. Thalrax just watched. Alex's face burned with shame. He wanted to go home. He wanted Jamie, but then he remembered her words again. He stood up, brushed himself off, and tried again. That night, he wrote his weekly message to Jamie. "Hey, Jamie, it's hard here. Harder than I thought. My mentor is a Cathari. He doesn't smile. The training is tough. I miss you a lot. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but then I remember what you always say. So I'm trying my best. I hope I make you proud. Love, Alex." Hoped she would understand. Days turned into weeks. Every day, Alex tried a little harder. He watched the Cathari cadets, learning from the way they moved. He found shortcuts that worked for humans. He practiced late at night, even when he was Tired. One evening, after a long day, Thalrax approached him. "You improve," he said quietly. "You adapt." Alex looked up, surprised. "Thank you, Commander." It wasn't much, but it was something. For the first time, Alex felt a small connection, not just to Thalrax, but to the Academy itself. Maybe, he thought, he could belong here, but he still missed Jamie. He still felt the distance. He wondered if she missed him too. One night, Alex stood by the window, looking out at the stars. He thought about all the humans who had dreamed of exploring space. He thought about Jamie, cheering him on from far away. He realized something important. Even if he was far from home, he carried a part of Jamie and all of humanity with him. He was here to show what humans could do. He was here to prove that humans could adapt, could connect, could change. He took a deep breath and smiled at Jamie's picture. "Don't give up," he whispered. "Figure it out." Maybe tomorrow he would try to talk to some of the other cadets. Maybe he would ask Thalrax about Cathari games. Maybe, just maybe, he could bridge the distance, not just between him and Jamie, but between humans and aliens too. The Academy had paired a human cadet with an alien commander. It felt strange and lonely now, but Alex had hope. He would find a way to reconnect with his friend, with his mentor, and with a new future among the stars. Alex Carter woke early, muscles aching from yesterday's training. He rubbed his eyes and sat up in bed, looking at the small hollow picture of Jamie next to his pillow. He missed her jokes, her advice, and the way she always made him feel like he belonged. The silence of his room seemed even louder today, not at breakfast. The dining hall buzzed with voices from all over the galaxy. Some cadets had blue or green skin. Some had shimmering scales. Alex sat alone at a corner table, picking at his food. The other cadets talked in their own languages, laughing and sharing stories. Alex wanted to join them, but he didn't know how. He wondered if Jamie felt as lonely as he did. He thought about sending her another message, but the Academy only allowed one a week. He checked the time 3 more days until he could write again. After breakfast, Alex met Commander Thalrax in the training hall. The commander's tall, crystal-like body caught the morning light, making him look even more distant and powerful. Thalrax handed Alex a training schedule, written in the Cathari language. Alex squinted at the strange symbols, feeling frustrated. "I'm sorry, Commander," Alex said quietly. "Can you explain this to me?" Thalrax stared at him with those sharp, cold eyes. "You must learn to adapt, Cadet Carter. In space, no one will wait for you." Alex nodded, feeling small. The training drills were even harder than before. He tried to keep up with the Cathari cadets, but his body was different. He slipped on the slick floor. He couldn't lift the heavy equipment as easily as the others. He heard the whispers some. Curious, some mocking doubt after training, Alex limped back to his room. He wanted to cry, but he held it in. He looked at Jamie's picture and wished she could give him advice. Back on Earth, Jamie had always believed in him, even when he didn't believe in himself. She would say, "You're stronger than you think, Alex. Don't let anyone tell you. Otherwise." Remembering her words, Alex felt a little braver. He decided he wouldn't give up. He started studying the Cathari language at night, using his datapad. He watched how the Cathari cadets moved, learning their tricks for balance and speed. He practiced the hardest parts of training on his own, even when he was exhausted. But the loneliness didn't go away. He saw groups of cadets laughing together, in the halls sharing stories about their homes. Alex wished he could join them, but he didn't know what to say. He was the only human here. One day, after a long training session, Thalrax called Alex aside. "You are determined," Thalrax said, his voice a little softer than usual. "But you must also be wise. You cannot do everything as a Cathari." "Would," Use your human strength. Alex looked up, surprised. I don't know what that is, he admitted. Thalrax thought for a moment. Humans adapt. That is your strength. Find your own way. That night, Alex lay in bed, thinking about Thalrax's words. Maybe he was trying too hard to be like everyone else. Maybe he needed to be himself. He remembered how, on Earth, Jamie and he would build things from scraps boats, kites, even a tiny rocket once. They always found solutions, even when things seemed impossible. Alex smiled, feeling a spark of hope. He got up, found some old training equipment, and started building. He made a new grip for his training tools, one that fit his human hands. He adjusted his shoes for better balance on the slippery floor. Slowly, things got easier. A few days later, during training, Alex finished the obstacle course faster than ever before. Thalrax nodded with approval, and some cadets even clapped. Alex felt a little less alone, but he still missed Jamie. He wondered if she missed him too. He wanted to tell her about his small victories, about how he was trying to adapt and belong. He started writing a message in his head, practicing what he would say when he could finally send it. That evening, Alex walked outside, looking at the stars. He knew somewhere out there, Jamie was looking at the same sky. He wondered if she felt their friendship was fading. He hoped she didn't Alex realized that even though he couldn't be with Jamie right now, he could still make her proud. He could show her, and everyone at the academy, what humans could do. He could be the friend she believed in, no matter how far apart they were. He whispered into the night, I'll find a way, Jamie. I promise. As Alex headed back inside, he felt a little lighter. The distance between him and Jamie still hurt, but he was learning that hope could bridge even the furthest stars. Maybe tomorrow he would try talking to a new cadet. Maybe he would surprise. Alex Carter woke before dawn, rubbing his tired eyes. He sat up and looked at Jamie's hollow picture on his desk, as he did every morning. He missed her more than ever. It had been 2 months since he left Earth. Sometimes it felt like his memories of home were fading, like he was floating further away from everything he loved. But he remembered Jamie's words. Humans don't give up. We figure it out. He whispered them before getting dressed in his academy uniform. When Alex arrived at the training hall, Commander Thalrax was already waiting. Thalrax's crystal skin shimmered in the early light, and his voice sounded as cool as always. Today's exercise is different. You will lead your team through a simulated rescue mission in the holographic labyrinth. Alex's heart jumped. He would be in charge? He glanced at his teammates, 2 Cathari cadets, a small green cadet with a shell and a tall one with glowing eyes. They all watched Alex, waiting for instructions. He felt nervous. No one had ever put a human in charge before. What if he made a mistake? What if he disappointed everyone, including Jamie? Still, Alex straightened his shoulders, remembering why he was here. Let's do this, he said, trying to sound confident. The labyrinth was huge, a twisting maze filled with shifting walls and hidden dangers. The goal was to find a lost survivor and bring them out safely. The Cathari cadets wanted to rush ahead. The tall cadet with glowing eyes suggested splitting up to cover more ground. Alex paused. He remembered what Jamie always said about teamwork. It's not about being the fastest, it's about helping each other. He took a deep breath and shared his plan. We should stick together, Alex said in a steady voice. If anyone gets lost alone, we all fail. Let's use our strengths together. The others hesitated, but Thalrax watched silently, not giving any sign of approval or disapproval. As they moved through the maze, Alex noticed things the others didn't. He spotted a hidden door that the Cathari missed. He used his small size to crawl through a narrow tunnel, finding a shortcut. When the cadet with the shell slipped on a slick ramp, Alex helped him up. Each time, Alex remembered something Jamie had taught him about puzzles, about caring for others, about never leaving a friend behind. They reached the survivor just as the walls began to shift and close in. "This way," Alex called, pointing to the tunnel he had found. The team squeezed through, with only seconds to spare. When they burst out into the open, Thalrax waited for them. His eyes glimmered with something like respect. "You used your human skills well, Cadet." "Carter," he said. "You adapted. You led." Alex felt a warm glow, but he still wished he could share this moment with Jamie. He wanted to tell her how he'd used what she'd taught him. He wanted to hear her laugh and say, "I knew you could do it." Later that night, Alex sat by his window, thinking about home. He wondered if Jamie ever doubted herself too. Maybe she was also finding new ways to be strong. Even when they were apart, Alex started writing his weekly message. "Hey, Jamie, we did a rescue mission today. I was in charge. It was scary at first, but I remembered everything you taught me. Teamwork, thinking outside the box. All of it, we made it out together. I miss you a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm not strong enough, but then I think about how you always believed in me. That helps more than you know. I hope you're okay. Write soon. Love, Alex." He sent the message and felt a little better. Even if Jamie was far away, their friendship was still a part of him. Her words helped him keep going, even in the hardest moments. The next morning, Alex was surprised to find the tall cadet with glowing eyes waiting for him in the hall. "You led well," the cadet said shyly. "Maybe we could train together sometime?" Alex smiled. He was still different, still human, but maybe he wasn't so alone after all. He realized that every small step he took, every new friend, every solved problem brought him closer to feeling at home. He remembered something Jamie used to say, "Hope is like a spark. Even in the darkest place, it can start a fire." Alex looked at the stars and thought of Jamie, hoping she could feel his hope too. He decided that tomorrow he would try to talk to more cadets to learn their names and stories. He would keep trying, keep hoping, and keep proving that humans could do anything even when they felt far from home. So, even though Alex still missed Jamie, he knew that their friendship was strong enough to survive the distance. He was finding new ways to connect, to grow, and to lead. And deep down, he believed that one day, he and Jamie would laugh together again, proud of everything they'd become. At the Space Academy, where a human cadet and an alien commander were paired for the first time, Alex's hope and determination shone brighter than ever. The days turned into weeks, and Alex Carter felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as he adjusted to life at the Intergalactic Space Academy. He had made some friends, including the tall cadet with glowing eyes, who was named Jax. They trained together often, and for the first time, Alex felt like he was part of a team. But even with this progress, he still felt a deep longing for Jamie. Every night, he looked out at the stars, wishing he could call her. He missed their late-night talks and shared dreams about space. He wanted to tell her all about his experiences, the challenges he faced, and the friendships he was building. But there was always a part of him that felt unsure. Would she still understand him? Would she still be proud of him? One afternoon, the Academy announced a special event, a cultural exchange where cadets could showcase their home worlds. Each cadet could present something unique about their culture, and Alex was eager to participate. He thought it could be a great way to connect with others, and maybe even share a piece of Earth with them. As he prepared, he remembered how Jamie loved to cook. They had spent many weekends experimenting with new recipes, mixing flavors, and laughing at their mistakes. Inspired, Alex decided to prepare a simple Earth dish, spaghetti with tomato sauce. It was a favorite of his, and he hoped it would remind him of home and Jamie. On the day of the event, the hall was filled with vibrant displays from all over the galaxy. There were Cathari delicacies, shimmering drinks from the Xylorian planet, and colorful garments from the Vexery. Alex set up his small table, feeling nervous as he watched the other cadets with their elaborate presentations. When it was finally his turn, he stepped up to the front, holding a plate of spaghetti. "Hi, everyone. I'm Alex, and I'm from Earth. I want to share a dish that means a lot to me." His voice trembled slightly, but he pressed on. "This is spaghetti with tomato sauce. It's simple, but it reminds me of family and friends. We cook together, share stories, and laugh. That's what makes it special." As he spoke, he saw some cadets lean in, curious about the dish. He felt a spark of hope. Maybe they would understand. He took a deep breath and offered samples. "Please, try it." To his surprise, the cadets loved it. They laughed and talked about how different it was from their own foods. Jocks was there, grinning as he twirled spaghetti around his fork, trying to impress the other cadets. "This is amazing, Alex. You should make this for the next training session." After the event, Alex felt a wave of happiness. He had connected with others through food, something so simple yet powerful. As he cleaned up, he spotted Thalrax watching from the back of the hall. The commander approached, his expression as stoic as ever. "You did well, Cadet Carter," Thalrax said. "You embraced your culture and shared it. That is a strength." Alex beamed with pride, but he still longed to share this moment with Jamie. That night, he sat down to write her another message. "Hey, Jamie, today was amazing. I shared a dish from Earth with everyone. They liked it. I felt like I was part of something bigger, and I remembered all those times we cooked together. I really miss you. I hope you're doing well. I'm learning so much here, but I still think about home, about you. I hope to make you proud. Love, Alex." He sent the message, feeling a little lighter. He realized that even though he was far away, he could still carry pieces of home with him. Food, memories, and friendship were all parts of who he was, and they could help him feel connected. The next day, Thalrax called Alex into his office. The walls were lined with Cathari artifacts, and the air felt heavy with knowledge. "Cadet Carter," Thalrax began, "you have shown growth and resilience. I believe you are ready for a new challenge." Alex's heart raced. "What is it, Commander?" "You will lead a mixed team in a simulated space mission. You will operate both human and Cathari technology. This requires teamwork and understanding of each other's strengths." Alex felt a mix of excitement and fear. He had learned a lot, but leading a mixed team was a big responsibility. "I'll do my best, Commander," Thalrax nodded. "I expect nothing less." As the days passed, Alex prepared for the mission. He spent hours studying the Cathari technology, practicing with Jax and other cadets. He learned how to navigate their systems while also teaching them about human technology. Together, they practiced communication and strategy, blending their strengths. On the day of the mission, Alex stood at the front of the training ship, his heart pounding. The team was ready, and he felt a surge of confidence. "Okay, everyone. Remember our training. We work together, support each other, and adapt as needed." As they navigated through the simulation, unexpected challenges arose, malfunctions in the ship systems and unpredictable obstacles. Alex recalled Jamie's voice in his head, urging him to stay calm and think. As the weeks passed at the Intergalactic Space Academy, Alex Carter felt a growing sense of belonging. He had made friends, learned new skills, and even led a successful mission with his team. However, despite his progress, the distance from Jamie still weighed heavily on his heart. He missed the laughter they shared and the dreams they had spun together. One day, While walking to the training hall, Alex overheard a group of cadets talking. They were discussing the upcoming interspecies tournament, a competition meant to test the skills of cadets from different races. Alex felt a spark of excitement. He wanted to be part of it, to show everyone what humans could do. But as he got closer, he heard a familiar voice. It was a Cathari cadet named Rilke, known for her sharp tone. Why are we letting a human compete? They can barely keep up with our training. It's embarrassing. Alex's heart sank. He felt the sting of her words. He had worked hard to prove himself, yet there were still those who doubted him because he was human. He turned away, feeling a mix of anger and sadness. Could he ever really belong here? Later that day, in the training hall, Alex approached Commander Thalrax. The commander was reviewing data on a large screen. Commander, Alex said, taking a deep breath, I want to compete in the interspecies tournament. I believe I can contribute. Thalrax turned to him, his expression unreadable. You must understand, Cadet Carter, that there are those who doubt your abilities. You will face prejudice. I know, Alex replied, determination filling his voice. But I want to show them that humans can be strong. I want to prove that we can adapt and succeed. Thalrax studied him for a moment. Very well. You may compete. But remember, the challenge will be difficult, and you must prepare well. Over the next few weeks, Alex trained harder than ever. He pushed himself to learn everything he could about the events in the tournament obstacle. Courses, combat simulations, and teamwork exercises. He practiced with Jacques and the other cadets, determined to show that he was more than just a human. He was a capable cadet. Despite his efforts, Rilke continued to make snide remarks. You really think you can win? She taunted one day during practice. Humans don't belong in this tournament. Alex felt anger bubbling inside him, but he took a deep breath. I may not be Cathari, but I will give it my all, he said confidently. We all have our strengths. On the day of the tournament, the arena was filled with cadets and spectators from across the galaxy. Colorful banners fluttered in the breeze, and excitement buzzed in the air. Alex stood with his team, feeling a mix of nerves and determination. First event was an obstacle course. The cadets had to climb, crawl, and jump through various challenges. As the whistle blew, Alex focused on the path ahead. He pushed through each obstacle, remembering the training and support he had received from his friends. He stumbled a few times, but quickly got back up. He could hear Rilke's voice in his head, but he pushed it away. He was not going to let doubt hold him back. As he crossed the finish line, he heard cheers from his team. He had finished strong. The next event was a combat simulation. Alex faced off against Rilke. As they squared off, she smirked, confidence radiating from her. Prepare to lose, human. But Alex remembered his training and the lessons he had learned. He focused on his movements, using speed and strategy instead of sheer strength. The match was intense, and Alex gave it everything he had. He dodged and weaved, surprising Rilke with his agility. In the end, he managed to outmaneuver her and win the match. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Alex felt a rush of pride. He had proven himself, not just to Rilke, but to everyone watching. As the tournament continued, Alex's confidence grew. He worked with his team, supporting each other and celebrating their victories together. He felt the distance from Jamie, lessening, knowing that he was making her proud. At the end of the day, the results were announced. Alex's team had won the tournament overall. As the cheers filled the arena, he couldn't help but smile. He had done it. He had shown everyone that humans could compete and succeed alongside other races. Later, as he stood with his team celebrating, Alex spotted Rilke approaching. He braced himself for another harsh comment, but to his surprise, she held out her hand. You did well, Carter. I underestimated you. Alex blinked, taken aback. Thank you, Rilke. She nodded, looking a little embarrassed. Maybe we can train together sometime. You have skills I didn't see before. Alex smiled, feeling a sense of hope. I'd like that. That night, Alex sat in his room, reflecting on the day. He pulled out his hollow picture of Jamie and smiled at her. I did it, Jamie. I showed them that humans can be strong and capable. I hope you're proud of me. He felt a surge of emotion, knowing that even though he was far away, Jamie was still with him in spirit. He was learning that distance didn't have to mean separation. He could carry her encouragement with him as he continued to grow as he. Prepared to write her another message, he felt a new sense of purpose. He wanted to share every moment, every victory, and every lesson learned. He wanted Jamie to know that he was not just surviving, but thriving. Adapting to this new world, he began typing, Hey Jamie, today was incredible. I competed in the interspecies tournament and won. I faced some tough challenges, but I remembered everything you taught me about not giving up. I even earned respect from some cadets who doubted me. I miss you so much. You're always in my heart, pushing me to be better. I hope you're doing well. Love, Alex. As he sent the message, Alex felt a sense of fulfillment. He was making connections, building friendships, and proving to himself that he could thrive in this new world. The Space Academy had paired a human cadet with an alien commander, and Alex was learning that hope, friendship, and determination could bridge any distance, even the stars.